Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen of my Alpha family. You didn't come this far to be tamed, and you sure as hell didn't rise from the ashes to bow to the world that once buried you. No, you came back for blood. You came back for the throne. And tonight, I remind you of who you are, because they laughed at you, didn't they? They mocked your fall, celebrated your silence, toasted to your failure like it was the end of your legend. They thought you were finished, but you were not destroyed. You were dormant, and in your silence, something darker was born. Something colder, smarter, and more dangerous than ever before. You turned the game upside down with one move, just one, and the world still hasn't recovered from the shock. They never understood the kind of power that comes from losing everything. The kind of raw, unforgiving clarity that sharpens your soul when your back is against the wall, and every so-called friend disappears like mist in the morning sun. They never understood that pain isn't just something you endure, it's something you use. You took that pain, that betrayal, that humiliation, and you forged it into a blade so sharp, so precise, it could slit the throat of fate itself. You didn't beg. You didn't explain. You moved in silence, and then, with one strike, you changed everything. They never saw it coming, because that's what happens when a predator plays dead. Everyone gets comfortable, until it snaps its jaws around their necks. You turned the game upside down with one move. One cold, calculated act that shattered the illusion they were safe. That move was not luck. That move was not chance. That move was born in sleepless nights and ruthless discipline, in sacrifice and in the cold fire of isolation. While they partied, you planned. While they talked, you trained. While they celebrated mediocrity, you carved your name into destiny. You became the architect of your own resurrection, the sculptor of your own revenge. And when the time came, you didn't hesitate. You struck, and the world screamed. There is a darkness in you that they tried to kill. They told you to calm down, to stay humble, to wait your turn. But you were never made to be tamed. You were made to lead, to dominate, to crush every boundary that dares to cage you. This is not a game for the weak. This is not a story for the gentle. This is a saga written in the blood of those who thought they could.
All right, heathens, just dropped the young king off to school. Now let's get into this video, because everybody knew Joe Biden was fucked up. They knew that, y'all. Somebody should be charged, y'all. This man running the country, and this man was incapable of running the country, and y'all was sitting there lying, saying this man was all right, when y'all know goddamn well he wasn't. And that's how the country fell apart. Because you niggas knew, all you niggas. That's why y'all was out there capping so hard for that motherfucker, man. Because y'all done got comfortable. And y'all knew he was fucked up. He ain't just catch that cancer now, that shit in his bones. That shit is in his bones. How the fuck y'all didn't know that? Cancer in his bones now? But y'all saying he was good? Come on, man. Somebody need to be held accountable, y'all. Some charges in that auto pen, like they said, that auto pen don't count. For them pardons and all that, that shit don't count, man. Fuck that. That shit don't count. That motherfucker was incapable of running the country, and y'all knew that. That's why y'all came up with that fucked up auto pen. Because he couldn't even sign his goddamn signature. God damn it. He couldn't sign his own. He couldn't sign his own fucking signature. And y'all knew that. Y'all came up with an auto pen that don't count. So everybody that he supposed to have pardoned really didn't pardon. Should be locked up, y'all. Criminal charges should be pending right now, y'all. The American people see this. It was all smoke and fucking mirrors, y'all. We been knew this though. It was y'all in denial ass niggas, house niggas, that was selling your peoples out, and to this day, still doing that fuck shit on the American people. But most of the American people woke up. They ain't going for that shit. And then y'all lied and said Trump, oh, he only bringing in white South Africans. Well, goddammit, they over there killing whiteys, goddammit. The fuck y'all mean? Then y'all tried to say, oh, that's a lie. Let's get to this.
Want a closer relationship with Jesus Christ? As missionaries from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints,
Party that is not willing to deal honestly with the Joe Biden health cover-ups.
No, the party has to be realigned, new leadership, new philosophy, if it wants to compete going forward. But this is a fascinating story because it now comes to one man, and that man is Colonel Kevin O'Connell. Colonel Kevin O'Connell, who's Biden's personal physician in the White House, gave him a clean bill of health in February 2024. Colonel's retired from the U.S. Army, distinguished service there. He needs to be called almost immediately in front of a House committee. You could do a number of them, under oath about the cancer.
Why is this important?
So I don't want to be, because if O'Connell, Dr. O'Connell, knew the President of the United States had prostate cancer and did not say that, it's a crime.
What's the crime?
Felony. The crime is, there are a number of them, but it's using federal, let's say, federal access to mislead the public. There's a whole bunch of laws that say if you are a civil servant, you have to report what you find out honestly. Now, if O'Connell covered it up, then he's going to be charged with a felony. There'll be a variety of felonies. But that shouldn't be done by Pam Bondi and the Justice Department because it'll look partisan. Okay? Should be done by a congressional committee under oath. Why didn't you report this, doctor?
Right.
And he could say, I didn't know. Why didn't you give the blood test?
He lied.
That almost every conceivable president gets about the prostate. Why didn't you do that? And questions like that have to be answered. Now, I could guess, but I don't want to do that. It's irresponsible. But I'll tell you, coupled with the decline in mental acuity, and remember, O'Connell had signed off on it. I said, hey, he's fine.
Yeah.
He's vibrant, he's this, he's that. You got a big, big scandal here.
It's a huge scandal, but hold on. You're saying this should all come down to this doctor who's going to be charged. If the doctor was ordered by the President of the United States, you don't say anything about this. And we went through the 2024 letter that you're talking about pretty carefully. It was very lawyered up. I said last night on Natasha's show, this was written by a lawyer, not a doctor. There's nothing new to report. He is fit for duty. On all the sections they went through, prostate, normally PSA score is reported for past presidents. They didn't put any of that in there. You want to focus on the doctor and not Joe Biden? Come on, Bill.
Absolutely. No, that's where you start, Inspector Clouseau. You start with the guy who examined them. That's number one. And then you say, were you pressured? Why did this get into a lawyer's hand? Did you see this report? Who wrote the report? What did you think about the report? And then you get Jill Biden in there in front of a congressional committee because she had to know. She knew about the mental acuity issue. She had to know about the physical issue.
You want a congressional investigation into this? Probably not a bad idea, right? We had a January 6th commission, and I think there's a committee.
It's a good idea, Leland.
I
Take Trump out of it.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Bill, but I'm asking where this goes here. The idea, the idea that Democrats talk about all the time is threat to democracy, White House conspiracy to keep president in power when he shouldn't be. By this definition, if this cancer was indeed covered up, and obviously the mental acuity being covered up is now something that is a given, isn't this the textbook definition of a threat to democracy, what happened over the past 4 years?
Sure, that's why these people should go to prison.
And you have no problem with that.
Submitted, no, listen to me. If Dr. O'Connell submitted a false medical report for the President of the United States, then he goes to prison. And if Jill Biden knew, you can't send her to prison. But you can absolutely put, in my opinion, and I could be desperately wrong, this is Edith Wilson again. Edith Wilson ran the government, as I reported last week, and now all the other columnists suddenly picked it up. Thank you. No credit to me. Edith Wilson ran the U.S. government for a year and a half after her husband succumbed to a stroke, and nobody knew about it. Nobody knew about it. She was signing stuff. She was running the show.
Okay, so are you in the crew
might
that
very well have put in that position?
Are you in the crew that now wants to go back and pull back all the pardons and everything else?
No, you can't do that, because the likely scenario is that Joe Biden was lucid on Tuesday, not lucid on Wednesday. That's my mother succumbed to this kind of a thing.
Yeah.
That's what the likely thing is. So you can't do that. What you can do is punish the people who lied to the American people. They have to be punished.
Yeah,
I'm emphasizing this because Donald Trump has already weighed in on this.
Yeah.
He's making a mistake. He should not be the prosecutor.
Okay, hold on. Let's play this out. I want to play for everybody what President Trump said. Take a listen.
I think it's very sad, actually. I'm surprised that it wasn't, the public wasn't notified a long time ago, because to get to stage 9, that's a long time. If you take a look, it's the same doctor that said that Joe was cognitively fine. There was nothing wrong with him.
Same bullshitters, y'all.
I think President Trump's playing this perfectly. He is not giving the media any room to run about him. He is letting this all sit there, and the media is forced to talk about the one thing that makes Trump look good, which is Joe Biden covering up all of these health issues.
Okay. I don't mind the president weighing in on a serious thing like this. Okay, and I have to correct myself. It's O'Connor, not O'Connell. My mistake. Okay. But it looks partisan, and it shouldn't. This is Congress. Congress calls the doctor in under oath. The questions are simple. And if there was a massive cover-up, then people are prosecuted and go to prison. This is what the American people deserve.
Right.
Okay.
That's right.
I'm going to disagree with you. We'll agree to disagree on whether or not the good doctor should go to prison, even based on what his report was, if we assumed that there was...
Oh, man, come on. You can't have anarchy like that at that level.
Right.
Puts us all in danger. Are you kidding me?
It puts us all in huge danger, but this wasn't his idea, the good doctor's idea to cover it.
So he did it. No.
Okay, so he should go. So hold on.
People.
The doctor should go to jail, but those.
If it happened.
Okay, if there was a cover up, if there was any indication Joe Biden had cancer before 3 days ago, which it seems almost certain that there was, you're saying the doctor should go to jail, not the people who ordered the doctor to go to jail? Come on.
Wait a minute, Leland. I just said he can implicate anybody he wants.
What if Joe Biden ordered him to?
A federal witness. What if what?
So let's say the president said, we're not going to tell anybody. Should we put Joe Biden in jail because of that?
You can't do that, but you can certainly implicate other people in the White House. Okay? You can do that. Look, this is like Watergate.
Right.
Okay? You've got to uncover all of the people who misled the public. All of them.
That's right.
But you start with O'Connor, who did the exam. Again, Inspector Clouseau would know that. And Congress is sitting around. They got to mobilize fast. This kind of deception, this is deception, cannot happen in the White House. I'm sure everyone watching, everyone, even if you're an ardent Democrat, agrees with me. You cannot have fraud in the White House. Cannot be telling people that the president is okay when he's not.
All right.
It's a simple equation.
I could not agree with you more. I think I started the show by saying Democrats should be furious. They should be the most angry. I'm going to give you the last 30
Everybody.
seconds. I know, but Democrats are the ones who are having to pay the political price for this. Why aren't they angry?
Because they're scared. They don't know what to do. These people are in such a state of chaos. I mean, Axelrod is the smartest of them, and he goes, oh, no, we can't find out really what happened now because it's too insensitive. Hey, give me a break, pal. All right? We need to know as quickly as possible if this massive fraud took place in the White House, so it never happens again.
Yeah, well, it's very telling.
Do you not understand that?
Yeah. Look, we were asking questions about this all day yesterday and today. So yes, we understand. We asked the Biden people very directly, was this the first time he was diagnosed? Was he ever diagnosed with a lower grade of cancer? They wouldn't answer any of those questions. As you know, Bill, oftentimes
O'Connor has to.
Well, that's what we need to hear.
O'Connor has to.
All right.
He was the guy for all 4 years, I think.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's where you start. And that should be televised. Don't give me any of this behind closed door business. You throw that camera right in his face.
That's right.
Well,
I want to know
the January 6th
what the
committee,
deuce happened.
January 6th committee was primetime television, so should be easy to get airtime. Bill, thank you as always.
One more point.
Go ahead.
Wait, I know you got to go to sell soap. This is very important. All the corporate media that covered for Biden is now sinking deeper into the morass because it's no longer just about his mental acuity. And just today I was watching, CNN threw on a very sympathetic doctor from Yale who said, oh, well, maybe it was really rapid. Okay, I'm willing to consider anything. But we need to get to the bottom of this. And I'll submit to you, the corporate media does not want to get to the bottom of it, which is why people are smart to watch News Nation and go to BillO'Reilly.com. Thank you for watching.
With that being said, you heard that. Now you see, now you heard that. You understand me? It was a big cover-up, y'all. That's why they got comfortable with that bitch in there, the VP at the time. They thought she was gonna become the president because she was running the show, y'all. You understand me? With a bunch of them other flunkies and shit. Lying to cover up for this motherfucker. This motherfucker could have had, know what I mean? Oh man, it's the same motherfuckers y'all listened to when he told y'all to line up and take an experiment? God damn it. Wow. Wow. Ain't nobody held accountable. This shit crazy, man. This shit is crazy, man. You can't make this shit up, man. You can't make this shit up, man. Now let's get into that other video with the motherfucking Negroes in South Africa doing what they do. Hold on.
This South African song has been igniting quite the firestorm online. Once deemed a struggle chant, modern adaptations of it have kindled cries of white genocide. So why is this song so controversial? Well, it's mostly to do with its lyrics. That chant about killing the Boers, the descendants of Dutch settlers in South Africa, Dubulibunu, which translates to shoot the Boer, was born in the throes of apartheid-era South Africa in the early 90s. Apartheid, which is the Afrikaans word for separateness, was pretty popular among white voters who sought to preserve their dominance over South Africa's black majority. The chant had roots across the political spectrum and was brought back into the public sphere by politician Peter Mokaba after the African National Congress Youth League was reconstituted in 1991 when it grew into a rallying call against apartheid. Dubul Ibunu is one of a number of struggle songs, that is, political anthems that were a key part of the fight to end white rule over non-whites in South Africa. As ANC lawmaker Gwede Mantashe put it in 2010,
we're not talking about whites, we're talking about the system of apartheid. The biggest problem I have is when journalists interpret Dubul Ibunu as kill the boy.
Just imagine, y'all. White folks saying the same shit they doing. Nah, man. Like, when is enough, goddammit? That everything that was taught to us was a motherfucking lie. And it all been exposed, ladies and gentlemen. It all been exposed, y'all. Everything that was taught to us was turned the fuck over. But most of y'all been so programmed to listen to the lie that y'all patent the lie now. That's crazy. This is insane, fam. Straight up. Just imagine white folks doing what niggas do. First thing they'd be yelling, oh, it's racist. It's racist. It's racist. First thing they'd be yelling, chanting. But yet they can do it. It's crazy, y'all. Enough is enough, man. Come on. Enough is a motherfucking enough, man. With this woke fuck shit that don't get nothing accomplished, only for illegal migrants and LGBT mooks. That's it. Nothing for the American people. Nothing. Nothing in there. And now, this shit with Joe Biden that they all knew. You seen him though when I did that video of Joe Biden, and he was standing there when they all was dancing in the church. When the LGBT moved, the one that kissed his hand. When they was all out there dancing, y'all see how he was stiff? Stiff than a motherfucker. He was standing there dead than a motherfucker, man. What was that motherfucking movie with Barney? That motherfucker was dead as a motherfucking doorknob. And they was acting like Barney was alive and shit. That was Biden, goddammit. That was Biden. Facts. That motherfucker was dead than a motherfucking doorknob. And once again, motherfuckers was covering this shit up because they was pulling the strings. They was pulling the strings, y'all. That's a fact. You got these puppets out here brainwashed, these old house niggas I told y'all about that ain't to be trusted. Ladies and gentlemen, these niggas ain't to be trusted. These niggas are sellouts, man. Fucking straight sellouts, man. Ain't to be trusted. Following these niggas to your own demise. Following these niggas to your own demise. That's crazy. I told y'all though. I told y'all that it's election day today. A little primary election. They should get that fucking woke. All these woke DAs should be the fuck out of there, man. But I know the go along, get along gang. They gonna patent the lie to keep these woke, fake ass DAs in power. To enslave you even more. Don't give a damn about your community. Especially Larry Krasner. Don't give a damn about Philadelphia. Look at all the killing that's going on up there. You know what his motto is? Yeah, let them kill each other. Long as it ain't none of my white folk out there being slaughtered every day. The same way them niggas are out there being slaughtered, then we gonna have a problem. But as long as them niggas out there killing each other, let them get and kill each other, y'all. You understand me? Then we knocking out two birds with one stone, and then we can go in there and arrest the person, right? We'll find the person who committed that crime, so we can arrest and kill two birds with one stone. And these Negroes in the African American community think I care about them. This is Larry Krasner. I don't give a damn about them. Don't give a damn about them. Take that shit to his loved ones, his nephews, his uncles. You understand me? Take that shit to them and see how he changed. God damn it. Fuck out of here with that fake shit. And y'all niggas still buying into that shit. Y'all niggas is a disgrace to yourself. God damn it. A big ass disgrace to yourself. And that's a 100% fact. Most definitely not fiction. Straight up, I'm about to end this video. In this video, sad, man. Real sad. With the world we live in and the foolishness that comes with these, I'm talking to my people, house niggas that been selling this out, and the proof is worldwide that these niggas is jumping out the window. And I'm glad they locked up that Democrat bed wench that was over there trying to break out migrants and can't even break out people in her community. Ain't even fuck these niggas, man. They fake.